Hello, in this lab, I'm gonna show you how to use Jira to create projects, manage sprints, create issues, and assign them to team members. I will also show you how to check the reports and the dashboards. First, I will log in to create a project. So here, click Projects, Create Project. You can see it's showing up Kanban boards, Scrum boards, and bug checking boards. The Kanban boards are excellent for tracking an ongoing stream of tasks such as support issues or bug fixes. Scrum boards are ideal for teams working in small cycles or sprints. It's sometimes referred to as sprint boards or agile boards. We focus on the agile development, that's why we will choose the Scrum boards and click Use Template. Click Select a team-managed project. And suppose we're going to develop a website to check the student research. So we name it as a student research checking system. Why is OQ? Never mind. And we assign the private as an access level. Then click Create Project. So the first thing is to go to the project settings. In the detail, we can see the name is SRTS. We can rename it later on if we want to do it. And I'm the project lead because I create this project. I'm also a project administrator. Here we go to the access section. Here we can invite people to join this project. So we click Add People. I'm gonna invite Sophie. Here we can see Sophie has been added as a team member, and I'll invite another person called Zhang, and also assign him as a team member. Then we'll check out the issue types. These are the default issue types that Jira offers. I'll briefly introduce them. The epics typically represent large features, often defined by project managers. Epics can span multiple projects and is typically used for roadmap planning and tracking in Jira. The stories are used to express a high-level feature or goal from the user's perspective using non-technical language. Tasks typically represent work that must be done, often in support of a story, and are usually expressed in technical terms. The bugs are defects that impair the functioning of a product. And the last one is subtask. Subtask represents smaller, more granular tasks that are related to their parent stories or tasks. So I'm going to show you how to create the issues later on. Then let's go back to project settings. Here the last thing is to enable the report feature so that the report menu will be available on the left menu bar. So we just enable it and we're back to the project. Now we can see the reports menu is showing up here. Then once we're done with the project setting, we're ready to create the first sprint, because we choose a Scrum board. When we create this project, the first sprint should be automatically added. So yes, it's a sprint 1, but we need to fill in more information. So we set the 2 weeks as a duration, and set the date as a start date, and the end date will be filled in automatically based on the duration we picked. And the sprint goal, for example, we want to finish 2 features of the website, so we just put finish 2 features, click update. Now we're ready to create issue, because we are going to finish 2 features, and that's why I think the 2 user stories will be sufficient for this sprint. And first we create the first story. The feature will be a login feature. So let's see, login implementation. And we will assign a person to work on it. Let's assign Sophie. Because the login implementation is a big user story, we can split it into multiple subtasks. So we can click the login implementation, and at the subtasks, click this icon. The first subtask will be the database design. Click create, assign it to Sophie, the same person. And the second one will be see the web page design. Create, assign it to Sophie. Child issue. The third subtask will be the back-end code implementation. Click create, assign person to it, and I'll put 5 story points to this story. So typically 1 story point equals to 4 hours. And we're done. We're done this creation. And I'm gonna create another user story called user management. This one I will assign to Changling. Also, I'm gonna add multiple subtasks to this one. First one is still the DB design. Second one is web page design. Also, third one is code implementation. This is a bigger story, so I'll put 8 story points to this. Okay, then I'm done with this user story. So by the way, after I assign those tasks to the person should be able to receive the email notifications. Sorry. Agile. Okay. So maybe the emails just take time. So after we are done, we can click Start Sprint. And this is the sprint for 1, and the duration is 2 weeks. Then finish 2 features, it looks good, then click Start. Now it's redirecting to the board section. We can see 2 user stories are listed in the to-do panel, and nothing is showing up in the progress panel and the done panel. So let's see. Sophie is working on the login implementation, and she's bored. To do, I think I'll switch to Sophie's account. So here I click log out. I'll log in as Sophie. Email notifications are off until that's why Sophie didn't receive email notifications here. But when she logged in the Jira, she can see the user stories and the tasks have been assigned to her. Click this one and go to the login implementation. Suppose she's done with all of them. So after she's done, she will change the issue status from the to-do to done. She may also add comment. The database design created tables and defined foreign keys. Okay. So the backlog to change the parent from the to-do to done as well. After that, yeah, you can see the Changling hasn't started his work, and Sophie has done with her work. And she also can go to the reports. Here, the most useful 2 reports will be the burn up report and sprint burn down chart. For the burn up report, it visualizes a sprint's completed work and compare it with its total scope. Use these insights to track progress towards sprint completion. And the sprint burn down chart tracks and manages the total work remaining within a sprint. After the sprint, summarize both team and individual performance. Let's see. Here is kind of weird because we set the duration to be 2 weeks, and we just create the user stories and save tasks and finish some of them. That's why the completed work is showing up like this. The y-axis represents the story points and the x-axis represents date. And we can also see the information, the detailed information. For example, it's 5 story points has been completed, and the scope, the total story points is 13. Those kind of information. And we click back to project. I think the last one I'm going to show you is the dashboards. So the Jira dashboards are pages that can be configured to display up to the minute information about projects and tasks. It is made up of individual components called gadgets. Gadgets are blocks that dynamically access and interact with information from across your instance. I use the Sprint. So first of all, I will create a dashboard called my demo dashboard. For demo, this is a demo dashboard. Click save. And Jira offers a bunch of gadgets, so I'll use the Sprint House gadget as an example. We can search Sprint. Here we go. Add. Click add. The board. This is our This is related to our project, and I check the show assignments. Sprint is Sprint 1, and I click update every 15 minutes and click save. Yeah, it's clearly showing the progress of the current sprint. It's like 5 of 13 story points have been done, so it's roughly 38 work complete. And then besides this this gadget, I'll also show assign to me gadget. Click add. To make the layout clear, I can drag the Sprint House gadget to the right panel, and here you can see assigned to me. Update every 15 minutes. Check down fields. Click save. Because I closed all user stories that were assigned to me, so that's why it says you currently have no issues assigned to you. If I log in as Changling, I should be able to see all the subtasks showing up here. I believe so. I think that's all for the lab. Thank you.